Canada reacts to Justin Trudeau stepping down.
Source highlights. My condolences to whoever has to try and save this party for the next election.
There's a thankless job. Don't feel too bad for Freeland or Carney. They're idiotic sycophants, too.
Carney is one of the most accomplished and economically literate Canadians of his generation. Have we actually gotten so mindlessly partisan that you think he's an idiotic sycophant because he doesn't support Poilievre?
The Liberal Party and anyone associated with the Liberal has to go.
That seems to be the Canadian sentiment.
Which is a stupid sentiment because Carney, while obviously a Liberal, has not been a member of this government, and if elected leader would have the opportunity to make a clean break with Trudeau's policies.
Happy he's finally read the room, but none of the leaders currently fill me with optimism.
And PP does?
If anything, he's the last person I want in charge.
We might as well elect a golden retriever. I really don't get this opinion.
PP has incited a lot of hope and a sensible plan for Canada going forward, in my opinion.
Canada will be a much better place in the future as long as a Liberal isn't at the helm anymore.
Can you expand on this?
I've not seen any concrete answers to any pressing issues.
He's not unique in this, but as the assumed next guy up, it's going to be less and less acceptable to just shit on things and not solve them.
So what are the solutions that you're particularly excited about?
Genuinely asking BTW as someone who would love to be optimistic.
And so goes the worst PM in Canada's history. Jesus, you people are delusional, lots of astroturfing and bots. Everyone's a bot who doesn't agree with you. Awesome.
Conservatives tend to buy in the conspiracy theories. This one falls under the dead internet theory, which purports that a significant majority of internet traffic is just AI and sentiment bots.
You mean Liberals, right?
Not even close.
Who was worse?
Mulroney, Harper, LOL, not even close. They were both better.
I can't imagine any conservative would have been happy about Mulroney doubling the federal debt, or about Mulroney leaving Canada with a $38.5 billion deficit in 1993 dollars, about $72.8 billion in 2025 dollars, worse than Trudeau's current deficit.
Not even top 10 for our worst PM, unless you are measuring his ability to read a room, in which case I might agree.
But it's still way past time for him to go.
LOL, not even top 10?
Name worse ones.
Joe Clark, R.B. Bennett, Charles Tupper, John Abbott, John Turner, Kim Campbell, Paul Martin, Stephen Harper, John Diefenbaker, Arthur Mayen. I wouldn't put Kim there. She was a placeholder after Mulroney ended the PC party.
She did a good enough job that she was named an ambassador to Hollywood for taking the brunt of hate from Mulroney.
At least that is my memory of it.
I didn't put her there out of disrespect.
I put her there for this simple reason: what did she do for Canada and Canadians during her tenure as PM?
We are facing a president south of us that's promising to do serious damage to our country's economy.
It's not acceptable that we will be taking a few months for the Liberal Party to figure out their internal mess.
We need an election so that we can have a government with an actual mandate to lead and deal with the vandals south of us.
I don't find this course of action acceptable.
The Liberal Party has put itself before Canada. I'm going to guess you were whining about Trudeau resigning up until 20 minutes ago. Now you want an election with essentially no one running against PP?
What kind of election is that?
I would like to have a choice in a vote.
This is what I don't get about the PP supporters.
They want an election right at this very moment.
Yes, there are external factors that need dealing with very soon. But is rushing an election with essentially no opposition really in the best interest of Canadians? They don't care.
As long PP wins is all that matters.
They are scared if a Liberal leader is picked, PP may have less chance of winning than he does now.
Edit grammar error. Bro, Liberals could bring Jesus Christ itself, and they will still lose the next election.
Trudeau, I will always be motivated by what is in the best interests of Canadians.
Immediately proceeds to announce that he's leaving us without a functioning government until May. The government is fully functional.
What are you even yipping about?
Parliament is closed, not running water.
Parliament has very little impact on the government working.
Further, this government has a legitimate mandate until late next year.
That's how our democracy works.
It is literally democracy.
Singh could bring it down, but he didn't. And when he announces something while Parliament is out is just bluster and noise.
And not to spoil the soup for the people salivating about an election, there is a 100 chance the NDP backs down on their threats to bring down this government.
I look forward to everyone still blaming him when nothing changes.
That said, it's a good thing he's left. I'm curious where the ire of the right will go now.
Who is there to fuck on a bumper sticker now?
PP will fuck over the workers for his big corporate owners.
Those with "fuck Trudeau" signs will be happy to bend over.
Ah, yes, the classic PP is for big corporations trope. Because Trudeau's cozying up to We Charity, SNC Lavalin, and carbon tax cash grabs was totally for the workers, right? Those F Trudeau signs didn't show up out of nowhere. They're from everyday Canadians sick of being gouged while elitists like Trudeau pretend to care.
Keep parroting tired lines, though it's cute.
He will remove services for vets.
He is against protected rent.
He is against subsidized daycare.
He is against unions.
Claiming PP would do all these things without any actual proof is pure fear-mongering.
There's no evidence he plans to remove services for veterans, especially when the Liberals already failed them by telling them they were asking for too much.
Protected rent and subsidized daycare sound great, but they're poorly implemented liberal policies that don't address the root issues, like housing supply and affordability.
And being critical of unions doesn't mean opposing workers. It means questioning leadership that sometimes prioritizes political agendas over the actual needs of their members. Unless you have real proof, these claims are just baseless talking points designed to scare people into sticking with a failing government.
May God protect us from the Conservative Party.
This irrational fear of the Conservative Party with everything Trudeau has done is quite comical at this point.
It's not irrational for everyone who was around in the Harper era or the Mulroney era, or see how extreme right-wing nuts dominate the conservative politics here and around the world. The CPC is not extreme right-wing.
Did I say CPC?
No, I said conservatives.
But that being said, if you look at what BC just went through with the BC are totally right-wing nutcases. Although it was too late, he still served a saving grace.
Now, if you think PP will be better, I have a bridge to sell you.
Life was a million times better under Harper, so no reason why I don't think it'll be better under Pierre.
Can't be any worse than with Trudeau.
I prefer a PM who doesn't censor scientists personally.
It's been confirmed Parliament will prorogue till March 24th.
According to CBC. So chopping the head off of our gov.
During Trump's tariffs because your party sucks ass.
Should have called an election, but is hamming it on TV how much he serves Canadians.
Why would they call an election without a leader?
Why should the country have to spend 3 months without a functioning government because the Liberals couldn't sort out a smooth transfer of power?
Clinging to power until the country hates your guts only to tell them to hang on while you find a replacement is the epitome of party over country.
Every party fucking does it at all levels of government, and this is the first time I have heard people complain.
And if the Liberals believe the Conservatives would be bad for Canada, why would they call an election when they don't have to without a leader?